Y'all want another video?
Da 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 da. Da, 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 da. This is not the Street Fighter theme song. This is Mat&Mar and the show song. And I'd like to say that thank you for coming along. Jamar's like, where is this going? But he picked it up and he's like, oh yeah. So you messed it up when she started and God bless.
Well, you're supposed to keep going.
It was
That's
hard.
how the improv goes.
Not all I heard was I just couldn't get the rest of it. But for those of you who got the Street Fighter theme song, I'm talking about Turbo 2. Yeah, you know. Dun dun dun. Kyle's theme song. For those who know, you remember the aircraft carrier. I think it was by a ship though. I don't know. What did that mean? Okay, see. Oh, I am a goof. Okay. Hi everybody. It's your boy Matty Rants.
And Jamar84.
And this is another installment of the Mat&Mar Show. The show where we answer your questions and give you our honest feedback, whether you like it or not. Now, again, thank you everybody for submitting your questions and answers. I wish the show had I want more viewers, but you know what? I'm glad with the crew that we got. Absolutely. And I want to thank you all for being here with us. Please like and share these videos when you get a chance. Not when you get a chance, just do it now. Do it now.
Do it like right now. Like the video.
Now.
And totally share it across like all your social medias.
Now.
Especially Instagram and Twitter.
Oh my god, Instagram and Twitter. Okay. All right. Because Facebook's dying. Okay. It is, isn't it? I mean, really don't like going on there anymore.
I check my notifications and leave.
I'm like, who's being pervy today? Oh, he is? Okay, great.
Because you can put full... Never mind.
I've had to delete so many people. It's not even funny.
Did you see people put stuff up yesterday because it was like National Send Nudes Day?
Yes, I did.
I was like, what? And
then a lot of them didn't need to send any nudes because I felt like they're
already on Tumblr.
There were not enough razor bumps to cover my screen last night because I was like, girl, you clearly are using a dirty razor. I need you to try again.
Ingrown hairs.
Get a new blade. Brought to you by Schwick. Okay, so, whoa. Back to start. Don't wake daddy.
Okay. So,
I said that at game night and Jeff lost it. He was like, did you say what? I said, you remember the game? He was like, not only do I remember the game, but the fact that you brought it into this conversation had no place in it, but it had a full place in there. Matthew. And I was like, yeah, that's me. I'm an idiot.
Just pull it. Pull it from the nether.
I like Miss Cracker so much because I feel her idiocracy. I'm so with it.
Like her totally on brand. Stupid.
Just a little bit. So smart, but so dumb. All right, I'm done.
I don't know.
I'm done making that face. Okay.
She's gonna make it again.
Jamar.
Before the video's over.
Okay, what about no? That was a different one. That was what's his name from Ice Age.
Did you see when they compared Miss Cracker to that character? Did you see when they compared? Y'all, if y'all have not seen that movie Ice Age and that little, what's he up? Not a platypus.
It's a sloth.
Yeah. And they compared that to Miss Cracker out of drag. I had to leave. I had to just leave my phone in the bed and leave out the room. I'm like, they will not do this to my good sis.
Right now, we're gonna answer these questions. We have 2 dogs in the room and 1 downstairs. I loved look how Gus has just given up and now he's just sleeping, and then Bentley just doesn't want to be by himself. He's got to be here. And this is how it looked like tonight when I go to sleep too. They're gonna be right in those same. Yes, that's
Max
the same.
Never comes up here?
In the same. No, Max doesn't really come up the stairs unless his dad comes home. So and that's rarely because his leg is limping kind of bad. But these 2, they find their way in my room because I keep my room cold. So they're like, let me come in here. Questions.
All right, so...
Sorry, we had to give y'all personal stuff.
They want to know what our 3 favorite places to hit in different categories. So give your...
And did you finish reading that? Favorite places but you didn't say that. You said were favorite places to get and to go. You didn't say...
I gotta get to number 1.
No, but you didn't though. I'll read it. Hold on. My OCD, it's gonna kill me. Just let me say it. What are your 3 favorite places to hit in H-Town? Now go.
Category 1. Houston food. I just said you would probably know more than I would.
They closed down one of my places I used to love to go to called Lowbrows because it was a great brunch spot. It had good music. It had a good vibe. It was very hipster, very 25 to 45 crowd atmosphere. Nothing against the older crowds either, but it was kind of that vibe. Like we were either in college, out of college, going to get our masters, that kind of crowd, and then I've been out of college but I'm still cool with the kids type of tease. And then the older people that used to come there too used to love it because they would just play music and you could eat food and have a really good time, and the food was great. They had our own private chef. Oh, it was good stuff. After that, as far as Houston goes with food, it's like a mixed match of different places for me. I think Boheme is pretty good. That's probably my second choice to go to. They have a lot of vegetarian options, which I like as well. And the atmosphere there is like the same as Lowbrows, but not as like hipster vibe-ish. And the other one, I want to say, where did I go? Oh, this really cute spot. And this is still food, right? Okay.
Yeah, just like 3 places for food.
It's called Max's Wine. I think it's Wine Dive Bar or something like that. And it's like, it's right there off of Fairview. And it's next to that Taquiera bar. Okay. Are you following me with this? By Crocker's on that same little strip.
Yeah, of course. I've seen that sign many times.
I suggest you go. The truffle mac and cheese is butthole opening, okay? It's just there. Like it's good for the gander.
So would you recommend that before bottoming or after?
Oh no. Oh, I recommend it after because if I don't want you to truffle mac and cheese your man, okay? Literally like goo, you know, because that is a fungus. But listen. But no, those are my favorite food places. Oh, and food trucks on top of that too that I just need to go to. I can't even give you names. I just look for them. I'm like, no, I look for the ones that don't look like that. I need the ones that look like, you know.
But sometimes the ones that look, well, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say the ones that look like Beth runs it. You know what I'm saying? But some of them are just really nasty. Like the one that sits outside of JR's, they had that whole little issue where the guy didn't wash his hands. You remember that day?
No.
Oh my God. When they told me that mess, I was like, no! But they passed their health inspection recently, so no shade, no tea. No.
The one that used to be outside 20 used to be good.
Oh, the one that was outside of, F-Bar was everything.
Oh, yeah, that one was good.
Girl, them quesadillas sit in my tummy, baby. Oh my God, I miss that so much. But yeah, so food trucks, for sure. And everywhere else is like Montrose, Midtown area as far as food for me. That's my recommendation in Houston for food.
As I said, I haven't been to as many places as I would have wanted to go, but the places that I could remember was like the Breakfast Club. I like their waffles, the chicken and waffles.
Club. It's too busy for me.
Well, yeah, it is.
Yeah, I don't do packed venues for food. I don't want to feel like I'm like wrestling with people to eat. Ooh, Barnaby's is another good spot too. I totally forgot about that. I need to find you somebody like to date seriously.
So nobody wants to go out and eat. Everybody wants to do like fast food.
Barnaby's
like really
is
quick.
it. It's so good, and you can bring your dogs there too. It's dog friendly, and their food is all fresh.
Interesting.
All fresh. That stuff. This lasagna is like this big. That's your plate. That's $10. This much lasagna. You're splitting it in half, honey. I'm just telling you that right now. Take the other half home with you. The spinach one is good and the meat one. But I recommend the spinach because it's a little bit better for you and it's gonna come out a lot better for you. So that one I recommend as well. I'm sorry.
Clean out the colon.
I keep on forgetting I know a whole lot of spots in Houston, but it's just like, who do I want to go out to eat with and where are we going and what time of day is it, is how I look at it.
And the only 2 places I have is Houston's and BJ's.
Houston's is not local Houston though. And neither is BJ's.
I hadn't seen them anywhere. I hadn't seen them anywhere else.
Girl, boo. They're, yes, everywhere.
I've never seen
Florida,
them.
Alabama, yeah.
Not
all
in
that.
Alabama.
Yes.
BJ's
Yes.
Steakhouse?
Yes.
Both of them?
Yes.
I hadn't seen them.
Because when the last time you went to Alabama, why is my voice so high? Okay.
I went to school there.
Child, well, how long ago was that? Rest my case. Okay, so you had to look up. So, yeah.
5 years?
They're out there, sweetheart. Okay, so I'll say, as far as local stuff, listen to me. Jamar, he needs to get his game together. As far
I've
as
only been
local
like,
eateries.
this is like
I'll start inviting
years.
you out to different brunch and things that I do before I leave here, so that way you can see some spots that I know that are very, like, I can bring people to and I can be like this with. Because the places I go to, I'm like,
what do you do?
You walk in, 4 patio. I don't know her, I'm just waving. And then she's like, because I'm like, yeah, you don't look like an idiot because I just waved at you, bitch. Okay. And then you walk through.
Mind you, this is just the first part of the like question. We haven't even moved to the second one. So, give them Houston culture. Give them top 3 places for Houston culture and nightlife, which we kind of halfway did.
I don't go out anymore.
It depends on what scene you look for, because there's different places for different scenes. I mean, for us, it's
I like the
downtown.
vibe. I like the vibe. The vibe is very cool. And there's like this other spot that Solange used to DJ at. I think it's called the Vibe. I can't remember. They might have changed the name of it, but it's also pretty hot. Again, I can't think of names right now. What I will say is you need to invest your time if you're in Houston, in Midtown, in Montrose. Midtown, Montrose, then downtown.
Because downtown, baby,
Midtown, Montrose,
it get a little
downtown.
dangerous after dark.
Well, you have to know where to go, and you need to know what times to go. But there's a bomb spot. I can't think of the name of it downtown for brunch. That's really cute. They do a bingo with music, and they have like a DJ playing the music, and you like do bingo, and you win free food or you win money. So they literally you could pay for your whole meal just by sitting there. I'll find out the name of it, y'all. I ain't gonna post in the description till I find it, but I'll find out the name of it. Next question.
Now we can get to the heavier stuff.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this one is called Horny or Holy.
Next question.
We're already here.
Dear God, here we go.
Hey, Matt and Jamar. First of all, I just want to tell you guys that I love your videos.
Thanks, babe.
Even when Matt throws some shade at one of my comments, I still love y'all.
I know who that is. I know who that is. And I had every right to do it. I had every right to.
But my question is
Still love
this. So I have this gay friend on Facebook. That's the
You're
first
wrong.
One. This is the
You're
first
wrong.
mistake right
Just for
now.
saying you're wrong.
I have this gay friend on Facebook. I never met him before, but he's pretty cool on Facebook, and I talk to him pretty often. My problem isn't with him, it's with the guys he's friends with on Facebook. So I commented on an anonymous gay friend status one day. Soon after I get a message from this older guy, fine as hell by the way, saying, hey, what's up, and then gives me his number. So me being me, I wanted to see what's up. So I call him.
He was fine, that's what you was doing, but okay, girl.
I call him, and he got that smooth, sex me up F-boy voice, which I basically say is like Barry White.
Get you pregnant, dump it all in there, and run around. Got it. Okay. Continue.
So I start questioning him, and he tells me that he is an elder at a church, and he's effing married.
Run.
Now, at this point, you should have...
Run.
You should have exited stage left.
It should have been block.
Like, oh, okay, that's very nice.
But continue. Messing around with his wife, old dirty bastard.
It was a complete turnoff when he told me that. He was like, I just want to be friends. Married men can't have friends? No.
No, that's not true. To a certain level and to a certain extent, but what friendship
the nature of this
what friendship he was trying to have with you seemed like it was going to go into a physical point. What would y'all talk? I'm sorry. That's just weird. No,
not that. Not in this context.
No.
So my question is, do you think this guy really just wants to be friends, or do you want him to get these cookies? He want them cookies.
He want them cookies. He want them snickerdoodles, them chocolate chips, them oatmeal raisins. I don't know whatever brand you like, baby. He want them cookies. He want the whole bag.
I'm about to say, there's no reason that just some random guy on Facebook is going to say,
Wants
hey,
to be
what's
your
up,
friend.
and give you his
Girl,
number.
please. I've had that happen many a time, and sure enough,
girl.
it leads to something else. And it's just that.
He want them cookies.
Where you want me to go with this?
He want them cookies.
And don't be so naive for that either, because I think you knew what was going on.
You knew. You just want somebody to tell you.
And listen, and here's the thing: not to clap on your whole parade, Jackie Washington, but I want to say that you're smarter than that. Okay, I know you're smarter than that. How else would you know I shaded you in a comment? So
keep your legs closed to married men.
Kim Zolciak. Okay? But no, I would say that when you see it going left, stop entertaining it immediately. Like, block. Because they should have no way of communicating with you. There should be no communication.
Mm-mm.
All right, this one's called Reverse Racism? ? Hey, Mat&Mar. Firstly, I really love you both. You make me laugh so much and I watch your videos on repeat. You bring me so much joy, and after living with severe depression for several years, you've really helped with that. Aw, babe. Does that kiss thing that Jamar does? What's that?
I think she's talking about this, which is really not a kiss thing.
Just a way of showing how long his hands are.
I was showing my nails off at the time.
In them hands, too.
They're long.
I was like, girl, look at them. I'm going to get you in the middle of the night.
You woke up Gus.
And Bentley.
See? Gus can't be bothered.
No, Gus is like, baby, I'm 13 years old. Fuck that noise. I got to edit out the... I'm sorry.
He's like, well, I might as well get up.
That must be the... okay.
Happy song.
Yeah.
Okay. Continue.
I am a white 16-year-old female living in Kenya. Oh, we're gonna get back to you. We're gonna get back to you, girl. We're gonna get back to you. I'm waiting for the little one to get down the stairs.
Right. He just took a minute there.
I'm a white 16-year-old female living in Kenya, having lived here for 4 years. I am the only white student in my grade of 101, and I am feeling very alienated. I almost went to a story about how I was the only black student many of times in the class, so I can feel you on a different flip-flop perspective, but okay. Yes, I have friends, but ultimately I feel alone. Everyone in all different grades call me pretty white for a white chick. Or pretty for a white chick. Not pretty white. I don't know why why did I say pretty white? I'm sorry, baby. I was just reading that fast. Apparently, I had a nice ass for a white girl. Mind you, I was 12 at the time for that comment. I've been told things around 12 too. And that if I wasn't white, they'd consider dating me. Of course, I felt uncomfortable and felt that these were racist comments. But because I'm white, I felt that I couldn't say anything. It went on for years, and finally I asked, why are you making these comments? The response I got, well, you're white. It's fair because of all the things you did to us. What? Even now, I don't know how to respond. We're going to work on that sentence, love. I didn't do anything. My ancestors might have, but not me. I didn't mean to chuckle at that part. I didn't do anything my ancestors might have, but not me. Golly. I wouldn't say, I've never had this conversation, so this is going to be very difficult for me, so excuse me for this. I wouldn't say it's reverse racism, but they were straight up bullying me because of my skin color. What can I possibly say? In America, you're being racist towards black people. You can't get away from it. Rightly so. Racism is nasty. But because I'm white, apparently it's fine. I feel like that's not okay. But you know, it's not as simple as that. What do I do? How old are you now is the question. Because then I would tell you how long you have to deal with that.
Well, I guess he's 16, so...
Oh. Yeah, I did say that. Matthew.
I mean, honestly, it sucks. It's a horrible thing that these kids are doing. And because of the location that you're at, you're just going to have to stand up for yourself until you...
Don't get any fights, girl, and don't get yourself beat up.
You know...
Because you're by yourself, to be honest with you, being real about it. I've been ganged up by white guys before, and not in the good way, at my school. For not just being black, but then being bright and it being like a joke, and then being also a little feminine on top of that.
How should she respond to these, like, heckles?
How I would tell myself, but then again, I'm not a girl. I'm not a woman. I can't place myself in that position. Yeah.
For us.
I'm a man, so it's a little bit different for me, where defending myself against something like that is going to be looked at a lot differently than, say, a woman. And that is just the truth because of how
we're built.
Not even how we're built, but just how people treat people and how society treats women versus men, et cetera, et cetera. Mm-hmm. I would say ignore it, but that might not work. I would say you have maybe 2 more years of this and you're free or whatever. I don't know how long you're going to be in Kenya specifically. I would start making a game plan up and start charting it up. Like, okay, I got this much time left. I'm just got to go through all these things. I take them as compliments versus a racist thing because I used to get told different stuff by white people all the time. Also black people as well because of how light I am. certain things, certain compliments that could be taken as backhanded compliments, or stuff that could be slightly, infuriating or make you question or feel like that was a little rude or inappropriate. You might need to learn to be a little cheeky about it, but not so much to where they think you're flirting with them. You know what I'm saying? But more of like, you think so? And then shrug your shoulders and keep on moving. It's very hard for me to answer that question.
I guess it's try to show that it doesn't bother you, because once they know that it bothers
they're
you,
going
they're going
to
pick
do
at it and do
all
it all
the time.
over again. So if you just look unbothered by it, they'll get bored and target somebody else.
Yes.
I think that's maybe the best bet that you got, baby.
I would talk to your parents about this. I would reach out to other people who may know what you're going through. You say you have friends, but you feel alone. You may need to bring it up with those friends if you feel comfortable with them and what they think about it and how they would treat it, or, see if they, once they become aware of it, could help defend you in some kind of way. I know you're in a predicament right now where you feel like you're by yourself, and you are someone who's been suffering through a depression, and I hope you get through that, absolutely. But you're going to have to... it's a moment of growing up, and it's a moment of learning your own inner strength that you have not been able to see before. And once you find that strength, you're going to have that sword and shield in front of you, and you're going to be able to go through any battlefield.
And it just comes with age and maturity. We've all been there, and we just eventually just got to the point where we were able to defend ourselves, see our self-worth, and just move forward. And you'll do the same, baby.
It'll happen. It always does, but you got to be strong right now, babe, and at the same time, realize what you're working with and what situation this is. You're dealing with you're basically Groundhog Day. Everything's the opposite. And so you have really got to choose wisely, girl, because I don't want to hear about on the news some poor white girl getting stoned and beaten and all that type of stuff by a bunch of people from Kenya who felt that she was being racist because she turned around and said something to somebody black after they were being racist to her, or in a sense stereotyping her because she's a white girl and she's shaped a certain way. And yes, it's weird to be told those things at 12, but I feel that you're a sensible person, and at the same time, you're also maybe a social justice warrior in some kind of ways. So you need to be prepared for ignorance at every doorstep, because there always will be some ignorance everywhere. Okay? Love you. Hugs and kisses. And you stay strong, and you keep us updated via email, honey, in case you need to talk about more stuff, okay? All right. Next question, Jamar.
Okay, so the next question reads, it's called The Ex That Won't Quit.
Oh, no. Next question.
And we've all been there.
First of all, okay, go read it.
We have to do it. Hey, Matty and Jamar. First off, I want to say I love your reviews of RuPaul's Drag Race. They give me all the life in the world, and I'm always staying up late to wait for the upload. Okay, so I need some advice on the ex. I'll start off by saying I'm 21 years old, I work, I go to school, and I like to think that I have it somewhat together. Me and this guy dated for barely even a year, and we broke up almost a year ago. You would think since it's been that long, I wouldn't still have to deal with him, but I do. Our relationship wasn't ever really that bad. We had great times. He was sweet and crazy about me, but near the end, I realized he's really immature, barely has his life together, and smoked a lot of weed, which drove me crazy. I'm not against drugs. I just don't understand why the few times we had the opportunities to hang out, he felt the need to be high. Anyways, every now and then, he'll send me messages on Facebook or Instagram just being like, hey, how's it going? And when I reply, he either takes hours long to reply or doesn't reply at all. It drives me insane. Anyways, literally a few days ago, he messaged me, I replied, and he ended up telling me that he still misses me and asked to hang out. I politely said no, and even though I think he got the message, I still don't think he fully gets that after we broke up. I honestly don't need him or want him to be present in my life.
Where is this going? I'm not to hate on you, honey. Where is this going?
It was, well, there's still a bit less.
Okay, keep reading.
It's not that I have anything against him. It's just exes around as friends is complicated and to me a waste of time.
But you reached out to him before.
You're waiting for a reply.
All right.
You keep replying,
all right, girl. All right.
I moved on, really.
It really doesn't seem that way, baby, but go ahead.
But I just want to talk to new guys without having to worry about him poking around in my life and feeling guilty that I've moved on and he hasn't. Like, he even still has photos posted of me and my friends with him when we used to all hang out. And is it bad that makes me uncomfortable and I want him to take them down? Like, I don't know what to do. I don't want to come off as mean, but I hope you guys understand me where I'm coming from. Anyways, any advice would be great. Keep up the awesome work with your RuPaul reviews and this show. You're not over him.
Thank you for the love, though. But you're not over him.
Because the fact that you how did you even notice that he has those
Girl,
pictures up? You had to have gone onto his page and seen it.
I have exes who still have pictures of me and him up, and I can't do anything about that.
That's his page.
I deleted it on my page, but I'm not going to go to him and be like, delete all of that and do all this, and et cetera, et cetera.
Because if he says no, then what?
He could be looking... Oh, we just so happen to shoulder shrug at the same time. Okay.
Why does that matter?
Here's the thing,
if you're over it.
And then you brought up him smoking weed, and it was like, was that the defining factor for you?
I think she sounded like it made it like an annoyance.
An annoyance?
Not even the fact that he smoked it, but just that every time they were together, he felt the need to be high. That's how she put it.
I mean, some people like to be... Okay. I'm about to go on this whole weed advocacy thing. Here we go. Okay, here's the one. Just because someone smokes often doesn't make them incapable of carrying a conversation, doing things, having that, this, that, and the other. That's why there's sativa and indica. Indica is not for carrying conversations. Sativa is. So I don't know if he's getting it from his dealer. I don't know what state you're in and if it's illegal and all that type of mess like that. Whatever. Either way, if you have a problem with someone that smokes weed and then you end up in a relationship with that person, you're going to end up being in a relationship with them smoking that weed as well. Now, you don't have to smoke weed with them, but if you find it as annoying, that is probably why the relationship didn't work out in your favor, because you felt... I mean, that's one of the things you literally encased in this, was that the few times we did spend time together, he's always high. It's like, okay, I see where this is going. One, and you know this, we have a friend who smokes down, and his boyfriend does not smoke at all. Period.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But they're in harmony. They're in sync. And it hasn't been to a point to where one smokes so much that the other one can't be around the other person. And mind you, that person smokes every day. Every day.
I think it doesn't change who he is when he's not smoking, so that helps.
Exactly.
He's the exact same person.
So I don't know if you've had a relationship to where you saw them without it and it was like a whole other person, and then because they're on it this one time, you got this different perception of them, and maybe they told you about it and then you had to think about it a little too hard. And then for you to care that they didn't respond to your message as quickly as you wanted them to.
You're not over them. Why would you even reply at all?
Girl.
If you want to be moved on and he's asking you, hey, what's up? How you doing? Let's hang out. Don't reply. And then if you do, why are you getting mad that he doesn't?
I'm going to say this in your favor, though. So you hear that we're not just like about you the whole situation. If you want him to get rid of those pictures so bad, tell him. See what happens.
He might just be like, oh, I forgot about those pictures.
Oh, and then he may delete them, or he may feel like, well, these are important memories for me. I'm not taking them as you're still my girlfriend and I don't look at you that way, but I really enjoy the time that we had in these pictures and I just want to keep that moment.
And, I mean...
But if you're still bothered by that, sis...
There's nothing you can really do.
I would think about that strongly.
It's like, why? And not everybody moves on the same way. Like, he may not be the one to just remove all pictures, all sort of memorabilia and anything from his life.
I know people who are in a full-term marriage right now who still have pictures of their exes in their phones from like 8-9 years ago. And it's because those were memories to them.
They're positive memories. They may not always end on a negative note. They may be like, you know what, on this day, we had a good time.
Long story short, if you're uncomfortable, say something. Don't be square biz about it. Plug. But... 2, it sounds like you're not over it. The dogs agree. So, with that being said, I hope you make it through this. I don't want this to be something that bothers or affects you because it sounds like it does a little bit. And I know how that is, where something that can eat away at your brain all day long. Because you want to move on, and you don't want him to be a part of that, but have you moved on?
Stop replying to his messages.
Stop messaging him, period. Unless you just need to be like, hey, I feel uncomfortable with these pictures up. Please take them down. That is it. And just stop talking to him. No friendship, none of that, because it seemed like I was hitting him up and he wouldn't respond. What is that about? I mean, were you trying to... I don't know. There's a lot of variables in your Discovery Channel happenings here. I'm sorry. Okay. But you'll be fine, baby. Just be up front or just let it go. We love you though. I mean, please don't take us like we're just going in for the kill. I
just know this is a
after
perspective on the
reading
outside.
that, I'm like, if that was my friend telling me that stuff, I'd be like, oh no. You still got things going on and you don't want to admit it. But okay.
That.
All right, next question. This is called Mama Bear. I love that y'all titled these. Thank you for following instructions. Okay. Because we were making up our own titles. Hi, Matt and Mar. Thank you for reading this in advance. I wrote to you last week, and my letter may have not had all the details and proofreading. I'm going to be more to the point and more detailed this time. Hi, I'm a 35-year-old female with almost 3-year-old. I gave birth to him and went from 190 pounds to 240 pounds at birth. My mom, ever since I gave birth to my handsome boy, she's been telling me to lose weight and going back to my weight before my Xander, which is her son. Hi, Xander. I have tried these few years since and got down to 215 pounds. And congratulations, by the way.
Losing weight is not easy.
That's hard, honey. I'm going to fly to then Caribbean in June. And the thought of going gets me a little stressed. On top of that, my sisters got to snatch back 2 times before I did with my first and only son. Any help or what to do with my mom will help. Thank you. P.S. My son watches your collabs with Jamar and Rupaul's Drag Race. Well, hi, Xander Pooh. Gloop, gloop. See, if I ever meet the kids who watch my stuff, I'm not gonna be any good because my face is gonna be like, "Ooh, hey, little buddy, what's going on?" Like, because I'm a big kid at heart. All right, girl, you want the tea?
So
your mama's gonna just keep on bothering you about it.
Yeah, because that's what moms do.
Until you shake her wig.
Honestly, that's what moms do. They just always. They mean well, but
shake
sometimes
her wig.
they just
you might have to shake that wig and be like, lady, you see I'm trying here. Why you messing with me? I almost said it. Why you messing with me? Why you taking me there, sis? Where is this going? I keep on pulling. Okay, I'm waiting for the.
No.
Yes, Jeeves. Okay, no.
But if you said you used to be 190 pounds before the baby, I mean, that gives me the impression that you're not just, you have the capability physically to be that size. So all you have to do is just keep doing what you've been doing to get down to that 215 and you'll be good to go, baby.
Pretty much.
Don't be worried about this. You better enjoy your Caribbean trip.
And a diet takes discipline and working out takes that same amount of discipline, honey. So if you're... How many months?
She seems like she's been doing it so far. She's got to keep going.
She's going in June, so it's April now. I see possibly you getting very close back to the weight that you originally had, but you may not get there, and if that's the case, be okay with it.
Because you're only about 20 pounds from before you had the baby.
You got to be okay with it, love, because that's your body. You only get one of those. We haven't gone to altered carbon Netflix reality series yet where we can jump in and out of different bodies. So you got to own it, sis. If you don't have any bathing suits that you feel are appropriate or that you like or that make you feel some kind of way, go shopping, girl. There are many and plenty.
I've seen plenty of people with all kind of body types look sick.
All kinds of body types.
And it's just about confidence too. Like if you have that confidence, it'll make you look good. So don't worry about that, baby. You on the right track from what it looks like.
So hold it together, love, because you're a strong woman, and we can tell that by what you have chosen to share with us. And thank you for putting that into a little bit more details for us, because I'm trying to remember what the last one was or before that, and we may have missed the whole marker there. So
probably, but we got it this time.
We got you, sis.
So the next question is called "Twirling in the Workplace." Boy, some people can relate. Dear Matty and Jamar.
Have you ever twirled in the workplace? Yes, I have. Okay, go.
Love you guys so much. I've been following you for over 3 years now, and I live for your videos. You guys literally give me life.
You've been there from the beginning. Okay.
I have a problem, and I was wondering if you guys can give me an advice. Allow me to start by saying that my number one wish is to have a loyal friend for life. Girl.
Okay. Pause. What? I feel like I need to have a hold of your spirit, child. Because if you are already at a level to where you feel like you don't have any loyal friends, that's a conversation itself. Continue.
For life? All right.
That is a conversation, but continue.
Ever since I've been young, I've had a tendency to please people. I love seeing people achieve their goals and be happy on top of my happiness. Unfortunately, this leads to a lot of people taking advantage of me ever since kindergarten. I wouldn't go through the details and bore you with it, but let's just say I do not learn from my mistakes and always give people second, third, and fourth chances.
Hard-headed.
When they screw things up.
You're
with me.
hard-headed.
Yeah,
okay.
You got to put your foot down, baby.
I'm a hard-headed child too. Yeah,
you
have
it.
to learn
to
like.
do it.
And baby, I've lost many friends from putting my foot down.
But you know what? Those
but
are
guess
friends
what?
you didn't need in the first place.
Right. So, boo, trust me. You feel good being a jerk sometimes about situations. Trust me.
You weed a lot of people out that way.
Woo! And I mean, save yourself so much stress. But okay, continue.
My problem started 2 years ago. A new guy joined my workplace. He was super nice to me. I loved him so much as a friend. He was very respectful of me, being gay, supported me with everything my wish was granted, as I thought.
And this is a work friend, so you already messed up there, but go on.
After 1 year of knowing him, he became super comfortable with me. I'm not sure if it's straight guy's humor or just being an asshole, but he jokes around a lot to the point of it's becoming frustrating. He started calling me names like sissy and the F word, making fun of the way I talk, and even embarrassed me many times in front of customers. I've also noticed that he says a lot of racist jokes. Since I come from a Middle Eastern background, he at one time, excuse me for saying it, called me a sand N-word. We can really stop right here, because in this paragraph, he's not only called you a sissy, an F-word, and then a sand N-word.
Keep reading.
Girl. After that incident, I called him the next day and had a conversation with him about his humor. He said that's how he jokes, and I'm being overly sensitive. He says this is how best friends joke with each other. I kept telling him that what he does is annoying me and he needs to stop. I kept begging him many times to stop, but he just wouldn't. One time, it was him and I working together, and I was already filled with negative energy because of him. My sister came to drop something for me. He saw her, so he made a sexual remark about her. I completely lost it. I started cussing him out with the worst things you could ever imagine and with the loudest voice you could hear. I was so angry I couldn't even see anything. I was yelling and screaming until the manager came. If it weren't for customers, I would have had a physical altercation with him. He was in complete shock and was shaking the entire time. We both were fired that day, and I haven't spoken to him since. He kept calling me for months, sending me text messages apologizing, trying to see me, but I didn't respond to anything. It's been over a year now, and I'm still so angry about him. I was super loyal, nice, supporting, and honest with him. I reached the conclusion that it was all my fault. I'm super honest and submissive with people. They do things like that to me. My question is, how can I stop being angry about this incident? I just cannot let go and forgive him. I feel like if I ever see him in front of me, I'm just going to yell and scream at him again.
This is your anger.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Now, I have to, you dropped the ball at that workplace when you didn't approach the manager with these issues of him making these jokes and remarks towards you. You're supposed to let HR handle that.
But because you thought that was your friend, you were like, I'm going to handle these things personally within each other.
But when you tried, it didn't work. It's like, all right, I tried. I did my part.
Document, record. That is all you do. And again, y'all hear me on this. I know we have work friends. I've had them too. They're not your real friends until y'all hang out outside of the workplace. They know things about you. You know you could trust them. I've had someone who was a work friend who I thought I could trust with things, who was running around telling lies on me in the workplace and outside the workplace. He was trying to ruin my life. I found out this person who would smile in my face every day did that stuff. Did I give him a second chance? Hell no. I didn't give him no second chance. Oh, God, no. Nope. I don't wish anything well for them.
And most times, you ain't going to see these people.
Never
if you
again.
move job, just more often than not, you not going to keep in contact with them.
No.
It's like,
listen.
They'll just be cordial in the workplace.
Okay. First of all, I'm mad you twirled in this workplace. I'm really upset with that. You got to be better. You
didn't handle that the right way.
That follows you down, sis. I'm going to tell you that right now. It follows you. That is something that is, they can't look up that stuff. Yes, they can, especially in those situations. There's a difference between being fired and being fired because of that type of stuff, okay? So, I don't know how old you are. I hope you're young. I really do. Because you'll be fine. Now, if you older... okay, now, if you older, sis... oh, that's going to make life hard. But, okay, to get over the situation, you need to really talk to yourself about what it is that made you so mad about the situation. And if it comes down to being the same answer that you've been getting before, where you're hard-headed, you've allowed people to step over you, you feel like you've been taken advantage of, this, that, and the other, stand up for yourself. And also take responsibility for your own doings of your own evil plots, because you are your own worst enemy in this entire state. Whatever he did was wrong, but you seem to be your own worst enemy.
You have to react to it the right way.
Respond to it the right way. Not react. How you reacted is how you got fired. Respond. Last week, I reacted to something. I learned that I need to respond. I can take my own advice. You hear what I'm saying? Respond, child. Think about things. Where is this going? How do I feel about this? When he called you a faggot and a sissy, how did you feel about that? Probably not so good, but you continued going on with that. It took up until the point where he disrespected your sister. And let me tell you something. I got an older one and I got a little sister. I will wreck someone for my little sister. I would break someone for my older sister. I don't care. I don't roll that. Not with the sisters.
You may talk about me, but don't talk about my family.
Yeah, don't ever. Do not.
Because, you can say whatever you want about me.
Because then you're going to find out what hurt really looks like. You're going to find out about it.
You're going to see red. It's going to turn to a bull.
I turn colors. Trust me. I'm not a chameleon either. I ain't trying to blend in, sis, but I'm trying to tell you. You gotta be better than that. Okay? You're going to have to be better than that. You got to learn to accept you are at fault for allowing that to happen. And you have got to be in control of your own emotions and your feelings. And if you don't like something, say it. You want a loyal friend? That's how you find a baby. You be yourself. You don't break for people. You don't just immediately tell everybody your business when you first meet them. You learn who that person is. Find out who they are.
Be more discerning about it.
It took a while for this one to get in this cool level with me. Trust and believe that. Jamar will tell you. I used to give him the 5th degree every day. Took a moment, but I was like, okay, now I learned I can trust this young man. So there we go. There you go. The next one. Am I a hypocrite? Hello, Mat&Mar.
Hey.
I love your show. I'm bisexual and biromantic. We are trying to figure out what that means. Can you email us what that is? We're not. We're not even gonna. There's no. we don't have any biased natures or things. Before someone says something.
I'm gonna Google it.
You're gonna Google it?
I'm gonna
okay.
Google it.
I didn't. I'm like, what does that mean? But it was like, maybe it means. You know what? I'm not even gonna go there because it could mean they're romantic to a certain sense to a certain sex, but then to the other sex, it's more of a sexual thing. Possibly, maybe.
That's the best breakdown you can really come up with.
That I can come up with. But I'm married to a man with 5 children. My husband respects and understands that our monogamy and my relationship with him will never change my orientation. All right, good for him.
Okay.
It is who I am. I grew up in a devout Catholic household. For holidays, I was even gifted papal blessings. Child, the fact that I know what that means is funny. I was sent to a priest for prayer counseling to fill the hole in my heart with the love of God because I disobeyed them and had a boyfriend in high school. Oh, you were in a real Catholic.
That's
like there's like Catholics and there's Catholic. Like
where you can't.
You're about it. You're about it, honey. You know what I'm saying? You're devout Christian Catholic.
You can't even have a special friend.
No, ma'am. You got to follow.
Even if you're not even having sex with them.
I bet when you go to church, they have those little benches down there where you put your knees on. That's a real Catholic church, honey. Okay?
I haven't seen one of that.
Honey, I went to one and I was gagged. I was like, whoa. Are there knee rests? I said, now why is that not in every church? Because they pray for a very long time down there. Okay. Let me get back to this. I'm sorry. I was sent to a priest for prayer counseling to fill a hole in my heart in the love of God because I disobeyed them and had a boyfriend in high school. It was intense. I have never come out to my family, even when I was in serious long-term relationships with women. Although he hasn't spoken with me yet, I am certain my eldest son is LGBT. As a mother, I just know, my mom did too, and there are signs. I plan to be completely open with him about my own orientation and encourage him to celebrate love in all its forms. But how can I do that while I'm still closeted with the elders of my family? Will the message mean less if I haven't lived completely openly with them? I just know that, like so many people, they will not only judge me, but they will assume I was saved because I have a husband, which is an attack and an affront to a piece of my identity and the meaningful relationships I had. Very, very well written, honey. I'm already a fan of yours. Are you a hypocrite, though? I wouldn't say necessarily you are.
Let me say how the best way that I think you might be able to handle the situation and come out on top. You express and share your story about your orientation with your child, and first get the confirmation that he is in fact of the LGBT community as well. And if so, say that we can come out together. So that if you come out, I'll have you as a support system. He comes out, he'll have you as a support system, and then you can guys, go from there.
Okay. Agree, and then here's me. Do you need to come out to all your family members to make this like a non-hypocritical situation? No, because I don't know what your household family lifestyle is, from cousins to this and that and the other. I don't know how deep they'll take that. I don't know if it'll affect your money. I don't know if it'll affect your household. I don't know if it'll affect your living situation. I don't know any of that. However, for you to come out to your son or to tell him certain things or to be that person for him, to just accept him, to be honest with you, it's none of his business that he knows what is going on in your life. Like that. You can have that conversation later when he gets older. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to do all that now. You don't have to. But accept him for who he is and let him know that you have that support. That way, he can feel like he can be himself and not be somebody else and pretending to be someone and go through that struggle that I went through growing up, okay? Now, you later on in life were to tell him that I'm this, that, and the other, he can't get mad at you for that. It's like, really? Well, I couldn't tell you at the time because you wouldn't have understood it, and maybe if I told you, you could have possibly said it to somebody else, cause issues in the family. But I always had your back from day one, and just so you know that. And that's how it should be treated, in my opinion.
It should, but you know the way they work out.
But you need to be careful in terms of how your elders in the family, because I know how they are. They're very, 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 very strict. Protect your child, baby. Protect yourself.
That's what matters.
And then once it gets to a point to where you feel free and comfortable to say those things, because it's really about how you feel, not about, well, it's just the time and I'm just going to break these walls. No, you have to be comfortable with what's coming out of your mouth, because you need to be able to say the things correctly so he understands where it is coming from. Okay? All right. But, honey, I'm looking to buy romantic, though. I really am. And for your husband to already be, like, cool with you the way he is, that's a feat in itself.
He loves you.
He loves you, girl. And I know he'll love his son just the same. Okay? It should matter that you're a woman and that your son is a boy. You feel what I'm saying? Okay, so best of luck to you, baby. Please keep us up to date on that situation. If something happens, like, in the next, I don't know, 2 years from now, I don't care. Just hit us up.
Okay.
Hit us up.
So, the next question reads as Pocket Punani. Yes, that's what we're going to call it.
Just call it Pocket Box.
Your pocketbook. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Pocketbook. But okay. You know what we meant by the first thing he said. So go on, Jamar.
Hey, Matt and Jamar. I am a young woman from South Florida who still stays with her parents. My mother, who was the breadwinner, lost her job, and I took the responsibility of taking care of my household. I began to feel lonely and got tired of the work-to-bed flow, so I decided to join OkCupid.
Keep going.
I was looking for something more towards a connection/dating type of relationship and made that clear on my profile. Soon after, a fine guy named Jonathan messaged me. I was talking to 2 other guys and didn't take him seriously at all. The other situations kind of fell through, and he was persistent, so I continued the relationship. He wanted to meet up, and I finally agreed, but I curved him when he pulled his third leg out. Okay. He was offended, but he said he was fine with waiting.
At least she knew her limits.
She was like,
I'm not going to the hospital explaining that a big old giant nanner just jumped in me, girl. Yeah, continue.
A few more attempts later, I finally gave in. All right, girl. After our first time, I go on his Instagram and realize there's a guy in his comments leaving heart eye emojis.
Oh, it got interesting. Keep going, keep going. We're at 47 minutes.
I go to that guy's page and I see that he has a pic with #hubby under it. I started investigating and realized that Jonathan is living in this guy's house after comparing where I was to his videos on his YouTube channel and Snapchats. I gathered all my receipts and began to press him with questions. He denied it, so I sent all the evidence and I asked him to man up and tell me the truth. He says he doesn't have time for it and blocks me.
Oh.
So when I went to this man and I asked him myself, this man is in a 3-year relationship with Jonathan and said that I'm just one of his pocketbooks. And I'm not the only girl that he's messing with. I let this guy know that Jonathan has been trying to tuck me in his house on the bed that they share on a daily basis. Jonathan then unblocks me to tells me that I'm lying and that he has identity issues and I need to mind my own business.
And then blocks you again.
I'm pretty sure that I got a bacterial infection or some sort of STD from his community PP because I'm experiencing symptoms. I'm really disappointed in myself. Do you think he was right in hiding his sexual identity, lack of achievement, being 29, felonies, no job, stays home all day, and sexual activity from me? Am I technically outing him even though their relationship is public to people who keep up with his boyfriend? Please help. Now, mind you, she provided pictures, screen recordings.
He wasn't.
All
he,
the
wa-
receipts.
he wasn't ugly, girl.
All the receipts.
He was not ugly, girl. I was like, oh, now I see why you have gone through what you went through. I was like, long.
And he had a
Did they have
third
long
leg.
hair? I was like, oh.
Oh wait. P.S. After several doctor's appointments, my pocketbook is all clear and back to normal. If Jonathan's dude is watching, obviously that bussy ain't doing much, and you can take care of that bum person. Take that tucked up weave out your head and put some vinegar and steam on that bussy. How did you let my pocketbook be extremely tight for him? F out of here.
Dear pettiest of petty subscribers.
I like you. I like her.
You
laid it out.
We had a good time reading and watching that. I think I was working out when that happened. I was like, what?
Gave you all the tea.
Okay, so
receipts.
to not harp on this, because this video is getting really long, and I would hate for this to cut off while we were recording here. Whoa. 2, whoa. 3, ooh, girl. 4, okay. 5, I mean, it's never nice to out someone, but if they put you through something like that,
if they're lying,
and then
it's not right.
Yeah, and then it's a bad situation. I don't want to say that's okay that what you did, but I understand
why.
I understand why.
And it is kind of weird that he has this public relationship on his other boy's page.
And when we saw who it was, I wouldn't have said other boy.
I really did not. I thought that was her for a second.
I
I'm
said,
like,
that's a trans woman.
Oh, I was like, oh.
I was like, that's not a boy, that's a trans woman. So I was like, pause, bring it back.
Huh.
So let's get this straight. So you are in a full relationship with a trans woman for 3 years. You're probably in the community with gay men, trans women. I don't know how that works because there's certain trans women who don't even hang with the gay community because they identify themselves as a straight woman. So it's like this and that and the other. I understand that too. But it's a public relationship. And it's in pictures.
Like,
and we saw
evidence
the
on
stuff.
Instagram and Snapchat.
Gift giving and all that, girl. I was like, okay. So, were you wrong?
I mean,
I'm not gonna say you were, because if I was the woman in that other sense that didn't know that their 3-year relationship was about this fool messing around with other people, I would want to know.
I don't think she's wrong yet because she hasn't posted this publicly. She's only posted it to this person that's involved.
Yeah.
So, well, I mean,
now, if you did a whole public post about it and went on Facebook and you were doing that for life,
that would have been wrong.
That would have been wrong. But you alerting the person of what they're dealing with and what they're going through, I would love to be the person to have somebody, like, if I was going through something like that, be, hey, by the way, this fool was just here. You know, I'm like,
right.
Thank you. And now I'm going to block you, and then I'm going to go on to the next time.
Now, he was petty for the block. Live.
And then unblock you just so we could talk to you. Girl, if you don't have no kind of IQ. Okay.
Child, bye.
Next.
You all right, girl.
You okay. The next one's titled, Now I Ain't Saying I'm a Gold Digger.
I ain't messing with no broke.
Hey, Matty&Mar. I am new to Houston, Texas. Just moved here from Illinois. I've had relationships with a few guys, some good and some bad. I, however, have found something new here, and I don't know how quite to handle it. So the men I seem to be attracting down in good old Texas are successful guys. Is there a problem?
Oh, that sounds like a good problem to have.
It's ironic because I couldn't find a successful man in Illinois to save my life. But here I've now have been in constant conversation with an architect and someone who has a connection to mainstream celebrities and media. Are you bragging, sis?
Cause she's just like,
because this sounds like a good setup.
I just got this boy with money.
The architect and I have went on dates, and he's taken me to a few local spots I enjoy, treated me out, and I have yet to pay for a dang thing. The other gentleman texts me constantly and shows me the attention I crave. I have a date coming up with the media man also, which will be at somewhere pretty expensive.
She just keep throwing that out there.
I'm trying, and I'm looking at you like that for a reason, and I hope you remind yourself of how you just typed this out, because, okay.
As you read it out loud.
Now, here's the catch. I'm not attracted to either of them. Throw the whole phone away.
Girl, what are you doing?
Okay. Break. So, one thing I want a lot of people to understand, it shouldn't matter if someone takes you somewhere expensive. It's the time being spent with the person. If that is the
Right.
achievement from all of that, you need to work on
Because
something.
you can go somewhere cheap and
And
have a great
and I'm not
time.
hating, girl, because guess what? Honey, they take me out to places with $300 tabs too. And for girl boo. Oh yes. Bottle of Moet, come bring it. Been there, done that. I feel you. But that is not a braggable thing.
It's empty.
Yeah. It's you just said it yourself. They're not attractive. So you're just doing what? Okay. Now, I'm a God-fearing person. I don't believe in taking advantage of anyone.
And yet, the previous paragraph.
Yet, this feels different. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I am, for the first time in my life, being showered in attention I crave and getting things I didn't know I could get. A little past pretense on me. I was an extremely big girl once upon a time, not long ago. Okay. I've lost over 85 pounds. Congratulations. And it's changed me, clearly. When what was once seen as the cute big one is now the handsome thick one. Girl, here we go. In the gay scene, you know, I don't need to read this. In the gay scene, you know, if you aren't a certain size or image, nobody is seeing you. This is true.
That's facts.
Well, for the first time in my life, I feel like people are seeing me and I like it. But watch it.
You're not
'Cause they'll
handling it the right way.
They'll catch you, girl, and you will be thick and beat and be lonely, sis. I'm just telling you.
Because they'll spread the word to the other
Very
successful
quickly.
men. But like, don't mess
and
with
you
this
will
one.
lose that little
Don't mess with
pocketbook
this
change
one.
that you're enjoying right now. Now, I didn't know if they're paying your bills. That's why they're talking about taking you out somewhere, but okay. Now, the other issue, Marlo, comes in with the other man I'm talking to. You know, the type, no job, no car, no credit, nothing good but a body and a smile. So these are
F-boys.
So the irony is I'm attracted to the no good guys who has nothing going on for them. They could have things going on for them. You have to give them time, though. Not everybody's successful immediately.
Or right now, where you're
Right.
finding them.
How do I collate this? I mean, I don't want to hurt these guys nor take advantage of this situation, but how do you just walk away from the stuff that I'm being treated to?
One foot in front of the other.
Do I just ride the wave knowing that you aren't invested for the long haul? Knowing you damn well might call the cute tray to come over and break your back? You spelled it like brakes, like brakes on a car. Or am I being dumb and a bia just need to shut up? Help, love you both. I mean, did I kind of answer that already with you?
Because we love you, baby, but you being a little trife right now.
Now let's be real. Okay, I'll be real here. This mug is right. Let's be real about it. I have done the Dippin' Dots kind of man, and I've also done the gold on my ice cream type of guy. Okay, been flown in private jets. I've done the full works. It doesn't matter. That doesn't matter to me anymore. It really is the person and what they can do for me. I have been with somebody with no job, no nothing, no anything. And we had a great run for the time we had. I've also been with people who've had it all and been complete jerks, complete idiots, all that type of stuff. Both attractive and unattractive on both different sides of the level. Okay, because to me, yes, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but man, once you get me with the conversation, I'm like, okay, who is this guy? And that's how I act. For you,
money can only go so far.
If you're not attracted to them, you need to walk away. If they're not making you feel some kind of way, you need to walk away.
Because you're wasting their time.
You're wasting their time and your time.
Because you could be dealing with people that you actually like.
And by how this is done, outside of the point that you spelled the break with the B-R-A-K-E instead of B-R-E-A-K, I know you're intelligent. I know that this is all, like, for instance, you were a big girl and now you're a thick girl. Hey, I know what you're going through. The attention is yours, honey, but guess what?
Don't waste it.
Don't waste it.
Because this can ruin your reputation.
It can.
Because you know how fickle the gay community is. If people start talking about you and that you only like people with money and all of that.
And if you don't think those two know each other in some kind of way, and there's not one person that's connecting them, you're wrong, because there's always someone connecting them.
Okay. Karma.
Trust me. I know.
Karma.
Trust me. This scene out here in Houston is like that, girl. Okay. We got 2 more to go. This is running really long. Jamar, go.
Sheesh. Okay. So, the next one reads, now what? I was with this guy for 7 years. Let's call him Jack, short for jackass. At first, things were great and all fairy tale BS. But as time went on, I saw his true colors. We moved in together, and only after 2 months of us dating, which is one of my biggest mistakes. Side note, to the girl thinking about moving in with her boyfriend that stays home, listen to Matty. Okay? He isn't lying when he says somebody's going to be left with the bill and bad credit. Trust me, I know this from experience. I should have left Jack when he started the lying, cheating, and verbal abuse. As some of us might know, So-called love will consume your brain with poisonous lies that he will change, he really loves me, he doesn't mean it. But like a fool in love, I stayed. Fast forward to our second year of dating, he got full custody of his 2 kids, and they came to stay with us. Now, anybody that knows me knows that I love those kids and they love me. Their mother was pretty much non-existent at this point. She was off getting her ish together, so I became a second parent to these kids, helping with homework, cooking, cleaning, after-school activities, etc. Child, I was a regular old soccer mom and loved every minute of it. The best part of that entire relationship was those kids that I grew to love. Over the next 5 years, Jack continued his vicious lies and deceit until I couldn't stand it anymore. And I actually prayed to the Almighty to get out of this toxic relationship, and he did just that.
Answers every time, baby.
Okay. This is when Jack really started tucking me over. She actually used tucking.
I love it. I love it.
We unfortunately had to continue staying with each other because of the lease agreement. Things were okay at first, but oh, did they change. Only a month after we broke up, he started dating this teacher from one of the kids' school. He would bring this young lady and her kids to my place while I was at work. Bitch.
Oh my God, this is like my dad.
Now I work overnight.
Bold.
I'm like, that's so disrespectful.
That is so bold.
That is so disrespectful.
That is so bad breath. Oh my God.
So, now I work overnight in one of the busiest emergency rooms in Houston, and when I get off, a B is tired.
This is a local girl.
Okay.
Oh my God. Do I know you? Wait, sis. Okay, keep going.
This a-hole would have her and her kids at my house when I got off playing some Brady Bunch BS.
Before y'all moved to Houston. This stuff.
He also would lock the deadbolt so I couldn't get in. I was forced to sleep in my car and or over a friend's house if they were available. I dealt with it as long as I could. I finally took my savings and paid my way out of the lease and found me a new apartment. A huge weight was lifted off my shoulders and I started to live again. Here recently, Jack has been contacting me, wanting to be friends, and I'm leaning more towards tuck no. The big problem now is the children. The hardest thing I had to do was leave those kids behind, but I knew that it had to be done for my sake. Jack told the kids not to communicate with me, and if they did, they'd be punished, which crushed my heart seeing how these kids were in my life for the past 5 years. After a series of unlikely events, the kids are back with their mother and reached out to me wanting some kind of relationship. The mother also reached out to me saying the same for the kids. I really want to know, what should I do? Should I take them up on the offer? Or should I, keep them off as a past part of my past? Should I be worried about the kids?
Okay, so is she saying, with all of that, is she saying that the mom is okay with them being somewhat...
Yeah, she's fine, but it's the dad who's being petty.
Screw the dad. Here's the thing. If she's cool with it, go for it.
But he has the custody.
Okay, well then that's different. You may need to walk away from the situation. And I'm not even going to lie. Unless things get better and then you can somehow get in the midst of that, because I know you love them and I know it's really hard once you spend time with kids like that. Trust and believe, I understand. But you're going to have to let that be between the mom and the dad of those kids. Until she gets some kind of custody, you can't jump back into it until she says it's okay. And you don't want to get caught up in the court system with that same
because you don't want to get a restraining order.
Right. But he seems like the most horrible of people.
He disrespected the F out of you, girl.
And I need you to, no longer entertain that at all, period, okay? But other than that, you're good to go, babe. So, I just leave it, and you gotta, between the mom and the dad, absolutely, because you don't have any power in this. I hate to say it, but you don't. What he did to you, he a low down, dirty son of a, okay? Just dirty.
He tried it.
Woo! Just nasty, man. All right, last question. Blessing in disguise. Hey, Mat&Mar, I've had this friend for 3 years. Let's call him David. We were really close, but there was always this odd tension. He would make jokes about America killing children, vaping, drugs, sex, torture, and is a big supporter of Trump. On the 3rd year, I finally got into my head that the relationship was toxic and that I should back away from it. As I began to move away, he suddenly got really cold and shut me out. I mean, you're moving away. What do you think was going to happen? I do not know why, but I felt a little relieved and moved on. A year passes and school is ending. My teacher said we should try to make amends with the broken relationships. I thought that maybe I should try with David. No. So I texted him, can we make amends? No. A day passes and he responds with, you must be kidding. And then blocked me. Okay.
Sounds like he did you a favor,
yeah,
girl.
I didn't expect him to say yes, but I didn't expect him to act so harsh. I mean, do you know the same person that you just described to us? I still don't know what got him so cold. I do.
He's an A.
A couple years ago at election time. And the sudden, you must be kidding, really came out of nowhere for me. I don't expect to be friends. I'm fine with that. I really just wanted a bit of closure and to go on knowing that I've tried to make amends. Well, I tried, but it feels slightly worse. I know that in my heart, it doesn't matter. It's the end of the year and I'm moving back to my home in England. I hope that was still recording while it happened.
I think so.
Any more advice for me? I know what I should do, leave it be, but hearing what you think of the situation will help. You guys are literally some of the calmest, sensible kind of people I've met. You're lying.
Let it be.
You're lying. I am not calm at all. No.
Let that go, baby. That's not something you need closure on, baby.
Okay, first of all, lovey-dove, lovebird. All right. You answered so many of your own questions.
And this is one of them cases
you're
where
you're right, baby. You're very smart.
Know.
You're very smart and intelligent.
Know.
Don't be a fool in this situation.
You don't need
You stop talking to him for a reason and leave it that way. Leave it that way.
Sometimes the Lord will take people out of your life on His own without you even knowing.
Without you even knowing about it. And they could end up being the worst kind of people. And you're like, I can't believe I had this person in your life. But then you're like, imagine what would have happened like as the years went by. Imagine if it went on further. Imagine if you really didn't know what was happening behind your back and it accumulated into a world and a ball of just pure blah, blah, blah.
It's a blessing in disguise.
It's a blessing.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Take it.
You shouldn't feel bad about the situation. You at least attempted to amend the situation that took place, okay? You tried. Trying is more than not doing anything.
So
beyond
your
all
part.
these. Yeah.
You can wash your hands clean of the situation.
Don't talk to that man no more. Don't try to attempt nothing with him no more. Don't worry about the situation no more. Worry about the friends that do love you and then also find friends that are not that piece of crap. Okay?
All right.
That's it. We're done. Yay!
Woo!
An hour and 6 minutes later. SpongeBob moment. But yeah, thanks again for joining us at the Mat&Mar Show. Catch us again next Saturday. So please send as many questions as you can, and we do answer those.
Proofread your emails.
I will shade you on here.
Proofread your emails.
As my roommate is vacuuming. Okay, so I shall talk to y'all another time. Remember to follow us on social media because we still can be reached on there. We do lives all the time. Instagram, not Facebook, and Twitter. We sometimes say things. So there it is. Love and kisses, all the best hugs and wishes to you.
Bye, kids. Love ya.